Hi guys, Archie Luxury on the Archie Luxury channel and the Archie Luxury live stream channel. How are you people today? It is very, very cool to be chatting to you. It is, what can I say there? A few nasty comments will be removed. Guys, is the juice worth the juice is hardly worth the squeeze. I got to tell you some funny things, okay? A little bit of funny things there. I was looking at Jockey's new channel, and he had a big punch up with Mr. Positive, Jamie Opulence. That's right, Jamie Opulence had a huge punch up with Jockey. And it's all because Jock was saying we need to have a fundraiser, and Jamie was saying that thank you. Jamie said food delivered. Jamie was saying, well, hang on a minute. There's a direct flight to Hanoi from Dubai. And yeah, it's true, but Jockey doesn't like it because that's his fundraising narrative. You know, give the guy a bottle of scotch and he'll go and do a fundraiser. Oh my God, I got to tell you something, some nasty fucks there. Jockey, I paid him on time, did everything right for him, stabs you in the back. There's no YouTube loyalty. YouTube loyalty, is there any? I don't think there is. I think it's a very, very limited thing. What can you say? Yeah, it's just limited. JD, let's get an invite to JD. It's the weekend, guys, in Australia. Where's my good friend Marky Goldberg? Where is he? Mark M.A. Here we go. Where is he? I love my Mr. Goldberg. Let's get him on the stream today. Get him on there. Get him on there. So what can I say, guys? We've got Mike the Snake joining.
Hi, Art.
Hey, Mikey. I want to offer an apology to you. There was that narc was a vicious cunt yesterday. What a fuck. You know, I can't handle narc anymore.
Yeah, he's crossed the line too many times. I mean, I will fight to keep him on, but he just.
I mean, he can be funny.
He crossed the line, and he just didn't just cross it lightly like yesterday. He went, full running across the line, and it was just too much, man. He's not cool. There's some things you just fucking don't do. And he went ahead and did it yesterday, and so fuck narc as far as I'm concerned. But no big deal. That was yesterday. Today's today. Today, what a fucking day today was. An emergency with my mom, and I just got back from that. Yeah. I fucked up and lost track of time, and she missed her doctor's appointment, but she was able to reschedule. So that mishap is fixed. I only have a few minutes with you. My brother's coming to visit me, so when he shows up, I'm gonna have to drop off, but should be half an hour or so. Then I was busy working on my car, so I took my watch off, and so I lost track of time. And I was supposed to have taken my mom to the doctor's, and was just working away on my car, la la la, and then I realized, shit, what time is it? It was half an hour late, and so they couldn't see her today. But it wasn't any kind of a, it was just a meeting with the doctor, so they rescheduled it. So that's all good. But yeah, and then tomorrow I'm hoping to go out to the racetrack and do a track day in the Screaming Banana.
So, good, Mikey. Good on you. Super chat, Golden Babbitt, $2. Yes, he has tattoo, but Jock is a decent guy. Yeah, he's a decent guy when he's not fucking whinging, when he's not lying about a fundraiser. Jamie Opulence, Mr. Positivity, called him out. Called him out.
Yeah, there's a few people that after they've had a few too many, they get angry. You know, Puck was like that. Remember?
Oh, Puck was
Yeah.
a dickhead. He was a
I know.
liability.
But after, he was fine if he was sober, but after a certain number, of drinks, he became, like you say, a liability. He just turned into a different person.
Oh,
There's a couple other people that are like that, that I can think of. I'm not going to name any names, but yeah, alcohol definitely changes some people's, changes their demeanor. You know what I mean?
oh, 100%. I totally agree with you 100%. We got another super chat. John C, $2. AC3, can you invite Kelly on her own time? Come back to me next week. I'm going to be. It's hard for me to do it from the PC I've got. I don't think Kelly would come on, to be honest with you. She's leading her life. Last thing she wants is some trolls having a go at her, because these are trolls who don't even turn their own fucking camera on.
Yep, exactly. I've never spoken with her. I've watched
Lovely
her
lady.
Yeah, I've watched her on the dungeon when she was on, or when she was when she was on Nick's stream a long time ago.
Shit, to be honest.
Oh, we got JD, huh?
Hey.
Wow, what is this?
Hey, Arch.
That looks
this
like
isn't
a AP,
a PRX.
right?
Correct.
Oh, a PRX?
No, I'm only
No,
kidding,
he's
Mike.
having a joke.
But it's having a joke.
You got me good.
Yeah.
I'm the
For
king
me-
of misidentification.
That's okay, Mike.
So,
We got
Again,
another super chat just very quickly. Let me grab this super chat here. John C, $3, $2. Mikey, will you wear a watch on track? Which one? Of course, he's going to wear the sub, aren't you?
fuck yeah. Sub handles race car action just fine. It's just
Tell me about this AP solid gold. This is, what size is it? What model is it? Firstly,
it's not a red
no.
Milgauss. It's not a red Milgauss.
Fucking Mike. Yeah, look, if there was a red Milgauss, Mike, I'd go out there and get it as soon as it's released at Watches and Wonders. What's the exact model of this?
When I'm rich and famous, Rolex is going to come out with a
26320.
That's a pretty amazing looking watch there.
that is
Oh,
fucking.
shit.
It's a chronograph, solid gold. That's rose gold, isn't it? There.
Yeah. And again, I could probably afford the hat, maybe.
That's a heavy hitter.
$60. I can get the hat for $60. I got contacts.
You got contacts.
I got contacts, but the watch
Yeah.
itself, it's pretty nice, and it's
Let's have a
pretty
look at the
nice and
class.
heavy.
I love that AP class, don't you?
Oh yeah, the double. Or no, that's a single deployment.
Fucking
That's
beautiful.
still beautiful. Beautiful. My goodness.
JD, what do you
Beautiful,
think
huh?
of it?
I like.
What do you
I
think?
like that it has no clear case back. I like that.
Would
Yeah,
you
I
ever
do too.
consider selling your whole collection and getting this?
No, I wouldn't be bold enough to do anything like that. No chance. I know my station in life. I'm happy enough to have friends who can show it. Let me have a look at them. I'm totally fine with that. Totally fine. But that's beautiful, and it weighs as much as you think it does. It's heavy. It's beautiful.
Oh, I can imagine.
We got other things to look at here, because this doesn't stop there. At least you're not looking at a boring old Monaco. We actually got high-end stuff here. I'll hand this back to the owner. Thank you so much.
Hey, Monaco
new
may be my next purchase.
Yeah, I think it'd
That's
suit you,
beautiful,
Mike.
Monica. I love the colors. Oh my God!
There's another new
White
acquisition
gold.
Oh,
here.
white
so it's
gold,
Smurf and white
Submariner.
gold.
Smurf. Nice.
That's pretty
That's
nice.
the earlier one because it's got the blue dial, isn't it?
You're correct. That is the earlier one. Just picked
So-
up very recently. It's very nice and very
this-
heavy.
Is this pre-ceramic or ceramic, but
No,
just
ceramic,
early?
ceramic 40 mil, ceramic 40 mil, Mike.
Oh,
Yeah.
ceramic 40 mil with the blue dial. Okay, I get it now.
Beautiful.
Absolutely beautiful watch. What's the
It's
weight
ceramic.
like, JD? Tell us what the weight's
Oh,
like.
mate, it's heavy.
It's
It's
got
heavy.
the maxi case.
We actually have weights. We could actually do that live. Shall we weigh it live? Let's weigh it live. We just happen to have individuals who have the weighing scale, so we'll weigh it live on stream. Look at
Yeah,
this.
weigh it in comparison
There we
to
go.
that. Weigh it in comparison to the AP.
I'm just going to turn it on. We're going to weigh it live.
Put it on the one.
Yeah, weigh it on the weighing scale here. Look at this. We're professionals here.
My guess is
There you go. 217 grams.
Wow.
Not imperial. Gotta love that. Very excited about that new purchase.
That's a
It's such a stealth wealth piece because
yeah.
you'd
it
never
is.
know. You would never know, but you definitely feel it. You feel the weight on that wrist. Classic. Can't go wrong with that.
That is the. If I were to get a gold sub, this is what I'd get.
Mm.
Holy shit, that is
I
so beautiful.
wouldn't go yellow or rose. I would go white.
Under the radar.
And having had a Pelagos with this same blue, I love this blue.
Well, that gentleman has a few Pelagoses as well. He says, we'll take that back. Thank you so much. And we'll have another one. But wait, there's more. Look at this. You may have seen one of these before. White gold. G&T
Ooh.
Pepsi. Look at that.
Wow, white gold G&T
Wow.
Pepsi. That's
Damn.
that's fucking top of the heap, man.
That's
man.
white gold. Sorry, excuse me. That's white gold or
Yes, it's white
steel?
gold.
That's steel.
It's white
That's
gold.
white gold. Sorry.
I would
white
pick
gold.
that over a white gold Daytona any day of the week, man.
And day of the week. And this is 214. 214 grams on the weighing scale.
Every day.
Beautiful. Nothing wrong with that, I tell you.
No.
For me, that's epic.
Making some money.
Perfect.
You know what that gold is worth there? The gold in that watch there is worth about $25,000.
Right, okay. It'd be harrowing to get to the point where the melt value would be worth more than the watch on something like this. That'd be sad.
That would be
That'd
sad.
be sad. Hopefully, it will never come to that. That for me is perfection. I love it. I love it. But wait,
I
there's
agree.
more. Wait, there's more.
But wait, there's more.
Yeah, there's more. There's more. Thank you so much. What else we got?
Is it one of those deals
yeah,
where if you
right.
buy one, you get an extra one for free?
Oh, look. Black. GMT
Ooh.
Master 2. I love it on this rubber strap with a green on it.
Does that have the titanium spine down the center of the rubber?
It's the rubber beef strap.
It's a rubber beef strap, Mike. I don't know. Yeah.
So is it like the Daytona rubber strap that has the
don't
metal in it?
believe so. Arch might be able to answer that. I'm not too sure. It's a rubber B. I think this is the value at the moment on the secondary. Is a black GMT Master 2. I'd be partial maybe to get one of these. I think it's good buying compared to Bruce Wayne's and stuff, which are, I think, way overpriced. I think that's pretty epic. What do you think, Arch? What do you think of that?
Oh man, that's just beautiful.
Classic.
Beautiful.
Classic, huh?
Yeah, they're good buying. Secondhand, they're amazing
absolutely.
buying.
I'll
Super
just hand
chats
this back
just
to the
come in.
owner.
John C. Arch, do you
Very much.
still chat with Blondie? Remember her? No, I haven't heard from her in years.
That's a 2-line sub.
2-line sub. What year was that again? Sorry. What year was your
1996.
1996.
Yeah.
2-line sub. Beautiful. Suits this gentleman perfectly. Sits beautifully on the wrist. Classic.
Very, very nice.
Absolute classic. What else we got? Stunning.
96 is pre maxi case, so it's got the nice skinny lugs.
Yeah, it's all petite. Again,
Yeah.
sits really well on the wrist. Excellent.
Love it.
Classy. It's
Love
not
it.
all. We've got some other stuff. I think we got one more. Thank you so much.
Check this
Got one more. Something I haven't seen before. Check this out.
How come they're all so
IWC.
expensive, these watches, man?
What do you mean? I only
Oh, that's
hang with
nice.
the best people in Sydney. Don't you like that? Isn't that
That's the
unique?
Christo. Hey,
Christo,
is that
yeah,
Chief
Jacques
Tit?
Christo. No, I invited him to come, but he never responded because otherwise, yeah, he'd be here. But
Has
that's
that
pretty
got the
cool
wood
too.
on the back? Can you just give us a look at the back of that
Yeah,
Jacques
sure, mate.
Cousteau?
Does it have the wood? No.
No
IWC
wood.
has a couple of watches that I really like, but their diver, this particular one, I don't like their. I'm not a fan of this diver.
There you go.
But
It's
that's
a
just
cool
me.
tool watch. That's okay.
Oh yeah, still
That's what
absolutely
makes the
cool
world go
watch.
round, doesn't it?
100%.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, variety is the spice of life.
absolutely.
And
So again, awesome stuff. But again, this is where my budget lies, in the hat, maybe. In the hat.
that's perfectly placed, you know. It's like
Yeah,
you
yeah,
can always
exactly.
just pan over to the hat, you know, when things get a little out of range of
Exactly.
your wallet, you know. You just pan over to the hat and go, yeah, this hat's great.
So there we go. So great selection this morning. Damn. There we go. What do you think of that? I'll just hand this back. I'll leave you guys to it. Thanks for having us on.
Amazing stuff. Amazing. What's your favorite? The AP?
I always gravitate towards the ones that I'd have a chance of owning. So I think the G&T Master 2 Black for mine is pretty great. They're all fantastic. I mean, Jesus Christ, they're all epic. But again, I gravitate towards the things I'd probably be able to afford. And I think the GMT Master 2 Black's where I'm at. And the hat. All right. Take care, guys. I'll listen into the rest of the stream. Look after yourselves. I'll see you later.
No worries. Amazing stuff. Mikey, what did you think of that stuff? Incredible, wasn't it? Mikey? We got another super chat in. John C. $2. Hi, any updates on Eddie? I miss his Wrigley Gonzo. No, fucked off. He's another one. The juice wasn't worth the squeeze. He came on, we got him running things, and then he just went away in a puff of smoke. Total pain in the ass. That's all you can say. Total TPA. Total pain in the ass. TPA. Absolute disaster. That's all you can say. Mikey, see these guys, they're all keyboard warriors. They're nasty, but they don't turn their camera on, do they? Hey?
No, exactly. Just fucking keyboard warriors, man. They got keyboard nuts. They don't have enough fucking internal fortitude to come on and show their face and say this kind of shit to my face or your face or whatever they might say.
Definitely right. I gotta ask you something. How do you find the streaming yourself there? Like, you've been sucked in many times and it's bitten you in the ass, hasn't it?
Absolutely. It's kind of addicting. That's why, you know, I leave in a huff and always come back.
Hey, Forbin, just fuck off. Forbin, if you're going to be nasty, just fuck off, Forbin. You know, what just a nasty shit. Forbin, just nasty. Nasty. We got a super chat here, Franchise Club. Hey, boo! Bring on Aussie Mega Expat. Make Australia Archie great again. Boot balloon head. We love Mike.
Go ahead, boot me. I don't. You'd be doing me a favor.
I like you on here. I'm just reading the super chat. I quite like Mike. Mike is very. Oh, I had a terrible sleep last night. Mosquitoes were biting me, Mike.
Oh man.
In my dorm room, I had fucking. I don't know where the hell they come in because the windows are closed. Where the fuck are these mosquitoes biting? They just bit me on my hand. I woke up about half a dozen times. I'm just sick of it, Mike.
And I don't know where you are, so I mean, is there a net you can drape over your bed or anything? A mosquito net
We've got
or
John C. Look at this. John C. He throws in $2. Mike the Snake, tell us an embarrassing dating story. Yeah, tell us an embarrassing dating story so you guys can all laugh and make fun of Mike for the next 6 months. I don't think so. That's
yeah.
ridiculous. What do you think, Mike?
Well, I got plenty of them, but I'm not in the mood. Not today.
Yeah, I don't blame you, Mike. You've gone through a lot of stuff. Sometimes it's good just to come on here and just talk life and that there. That's the best thing to do.
Yeah, well, that's what you are for me, kind of, Archie. Is my outlet, because I don't interact with that many people, on a interpersonal relationship way, and so yeah, coming on here is my social outlet, and that's why I
Yeah.
said it's kind of addicting, and I love it. But it definitely, it definitely has some aspects about it that aren't all, pink and fluffy, like, but how would the world be if everything were all perfect and fluffy and pink, right? You got to have a little bit of, you got to shake things up a little bit every once in a while, but when people there's that, and then there's the line, that you just don't, if you cross over it, you're kind of going into like uh no man's land, or the badlands. It just isn't cool. And like narc tends to do that, and another couple of people tend to do that with me specifically, and yeah, jokes being made about me and stuff is just in bad taste. But whatever.
Yeah.
I've been dealing with all that shit for what is it? How long have I been on your show, Arch? 5 years now?
Yeah, at least, Mike.
Fuck, time goes fast. That's unbelievable. I mean, 5 years.
Look at this. Look at this jerk here, Cameron. Mike, you're a fool and a liar, dykehead. You know what, Cameron? Why don't you just fuck yourself? Hey?
Oh, that's
What
the
a
standard.
jerk.
That's my standard troll.
What a jerk.
Yeah, I mean,
John C,
absolutely.
$2. Mike the
But that-
Snake, you're a stud. How did you flirt and get chicks? I mean, they just make fun of everything. You know who I can't stand is that HR guy. Okay, can I tell you that?
Yeah, I can understand why as well. Yep. There's a few other people I happen to dislike. I don't hate anybody. I'll be right back in 5 seconds.
Yeah, no worries there. Guys, ArchieLuxury channel, the juice is hardly worth the squeeze. HR comes on, JR comes on, just such a pain in the ass. Narc does a drive-by shooting. I got no more panelists left. They don't want to come on anymore because of Narc. Absolute poison. Absolutely poisonous. That is the Narc, absolute poison. Just poisons everything that I could possibly have on the show. It's just ridiculous, you know?
It is, but it is what makes up your 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 pool of viewers and the people that interact on the chat, and it is what it is. As long as people don't go stepping over the line, like shit, like trolling like this is what I've been dealing with for 5 years. This is standard operating procedure. you know Totally. It is what it is. You can't make everybody love you, and you can't make everybody happy. So if I accept that fact. So if there's people that don't like me, then they can not like me. That's just fine.
Yes. That's 100% right, Mikey. It's I mean, these guys here, they just got no nice way of saying anything to anybody. It's all, we got one up trading $20. Arch, can we get a positive video title for once? Okay, I'll work on it. And John C, $2. Mikey, what will be your top speed tomorrow? Well, it's more, it's not really top speed. It's the cornering and the.
Well, it is. I mean, I do have top speeds that I reach on the straightaways.
Yeah.
But this track isn't like doesn't have straightaways that are super duper long, so I won't be like reaching as fast as the car will go. But because Sears Point has fairly short straightaways, I'll probably be maxing out around 120, just for a moment, like at the end of the straightaways, and then it's hard on the brakes and into a hairpin turn, but.
Yeah.
Right before that, you're rowing through the gears. When you're on track, there's no coasting. You're either full throttle, and then as soon as you're off the throttle, you are full on the brakes. There's no in between. You go full throttle for as long as you can, and then you hit the brakes as hard as you can so that you don't fly off the track, and you make the turn. And it's kind of frantic. But it's really high level excitement.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, Mikey.
Yeah.
We've got another super chat here. Forbin Colossus, $2. Why not help the show by leaving the room to fill? We've got Aussie expats coming. Hey, Aussie, are you in a better mood today? Fuck me dead. I didn't realize you lost $3 million yesterday. I am so sorry.
No, that's all right. I don't need to be. No, I mean, I wasn't. That kind of thing doesn't upset me. I should record a video saying I lost 1.2 million.
You don't need to explain. If I lost 3 million, I'd be a little bit shirty as well.
But I mean, on my channel, I've got another 2 videos where I explain I've lost $1 million.
I agree with you on Dictator Dan. He's a jerk, but at least he hated George Pell. I thought he was good to the Catholic Church. He gave them a fucking blast. He refused.
I'm not going to comment. I didn't really track that.
All the lockdown shit, at least he didn't give George Pell a state funeral, and he told everyone what a cunt George Pell was.
Wow.
No?
Who was the gentleman? So I've been on the panel of that gentleman before.
Sorry?
Who was the gentleman with the beanie yesterday?
Oh, Ken.
Hey, Ken, no hard feelings. We just, very much disagree on a specific time period in history. I hope you come back, and on any other topic, we'll be cordial. But
we love Ken. Tip $5. This is for the Band-Aid fund for Mike, just in case. Thank you so much.
But yeah, Archie, I've got 2 other videos on my channel after I've lost more than $1 million. I should record one today, but I was out hiking for 5 hours. But it's not my first rodeo. It's not my first rodeo. This is how it goes. This is what investing looks like. You need to be punched in the face. You don't get fat portfolio without being able to roll with the punches.
Yeah, you got to play the long game.
Exactly. You got to think about what does the portfolio look like in 20 years' time, not fucking what it is yesterday.
Now,
Yeah.
people with no money, I think, tend to think a lot differently than that at times. Like maybe like me, when I invested 7,500 in crypto and lost it all the next day and waited 2.5 years for it to get back up to half of what I had put in. And at that point, I was like, you know what, 2.5 years.
You're tired. You got ground down, beaten down. But
yeah, and so I
the
just
system
cashed
is
out.
there to filter out people who
Exactly
shouldn't
like me.
make
Yes.
it. Yeah, it's there. Whatever needs to happen, like it's not possible for everyone in the world to be retired early. I'm not saying that as a snobby thing. I mean, the world has to function. We can't all just twiddle our thumbs all day.
Yeah.
So the reality is like it's not going to be that easy. People are going to get shaken out. Whether it goes so high they want to sell, take profit. It goes so low they're just beaten and they're just like, I may as well leave it now. And that's how it goes. It has to go up and down, up and down, up and down to make sure that only people who have real nerve can make it.
It does. It kind of weeds out the weak. The weak and the meek.
Yes. Yeah, 100%. It's not over. We're back up to 70, but anything can happen. Anything can happen.
Tell me this, Aussie expat, how bad is it? What's happening? Is it rebounding now? What's happening in the market?
Oh yeah, today was a huge relief rally, and thank you before the weekend, so we can all go home for the weekend and just enjoy the weekend. Yeah, huge rebound. Huge rebound. Like Amazon is up 5% compared to
$20. Everyone lost big money yesterday, but the smart ones put big money back into the market when it was bleeding red. My favorite time to buy.
That's right. Yes, absolutely. One up trading. Thank you for the super chat. And that's how you do it. When you see people panicking and laughing, shouting Freude and all sorts of commotion, when you see an emotional response, I mean, but look, we're going to find out what happened this week eventually, because this week was so crazy on silver, AMD, Amazon, Bitcoin. All of these things did crazy down, like super down. AMD went 18% down in 24 hours after record-breaking profit, record-breaking revenue, and forward guidance that was increased. Absolutely insane. I'm guessing there's some fund out there, some hedge fund that went belly up this week. Something happened because there was no news this cycle to have driven any of this.
I want to ask you, Epstein, right?
Yeah, I've been following as best as I can.
Was he a trader or he's not a trader?
A trader?
They're saying he was a financial genius. He had like a...
There's no evidence for it. There's no evidence that he made his money doing really well at the stock market, blah, blah, blah. There's no evidence for that at all. It's still very much a mystery as to why he had money.
Mike's Grandma, $2. My daughter is in good hands. John C, $2. Aussie expat, why not super chat more? And Golden Baba, $2. Has Sexpat ever super chatted? Well, it doesn't matter because Aussie expat comes on the show. That's worth far more. And we got Camran, £2. We need Narc. Yes. We want Narky boy. Yes.
Yeah, bring him on. I'm only going to be on for a couple more minutes, so bring him on.
I don't.
What's happening?
Yeah.
Narc is like
I just did a really long hike today, like a new personal best. It was like over 8.5 miles, and
nice.
I was very, very strenuous. If you added another mile to it, I couldn't have done it. It was really, really good. So I'm feeling.
Did it clear your head?
Good.
Did it help clear your head?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, it was at my limit, so I was sort of, I couldn't, wasn't thinking that well at all. So and it was good. Like we got back to the car, and it was after 1 p.m., which is New York close time, and we're both like stock guys. We're both early retirees, and he made a trade in the morning saying Amazon would go up and blah blah blah, and basically we get in the car, we look at our phones, it's like, we made big money today, fantastic. So yeah, it was a great day.
Mountain biking used to be my my outlet where I could go, forget about my problems and my troubles and just go tear it up out on the mountain, and because you had to focus on that. Just
Yeah, absolutely.
same as hiking,
stuff.
but it took your mind off the bullshit that stresses you out, and it puts you in the moment,
Yeah,
which is where
absolutely.
you should be all the time, but it is impossible to do. But yeah,
No. I had a very big realization in the last few days, and that most of my life I'm looking at finances and stocks and Bitcoin and positions and tax, and I do reading on tax strategy, and it's not, I wouldn't describe it as my hobby. I have some passion for it, but on the day that it's down, it kind of sucks. And then when I look at watches, I look at on a day that you're down, like, you realize you're down $1 million plus. It kind of sucks looking at watches because they remind you about how much money you either do or don't have. You know what I mean? This whole week I was thinking, if they called me for the Platona tomorrow or today, would I pull the trigger? And I would, and I would say it would suck.
You've got to be nuts to buy more watches.
I know. But I tell you what,
Are you insane?
when I saw my portfolio after that hike, and I saw I was up, a couple $100,000, I'm like, oh, I'm good. I would totally buy the Platona. Like one day, after like 7 days of down, I'm like, oh man, I shouldn't be doing watches anymore. One day up, it's green, and then all of a sudden I'm like, I need a 6-figure watch. Just one day, that's stupid. It's completely nuts, but it is what it is. I don't know what to say. As soon as the ticker goes green, I'm like, yes, give me that AP.
100%.
But it's not a good hobby. It's not a good hobby because when things are down, it doesn't do very well to get my mind off it.
Yeah. Well,
like I don't look at watches and then think, oh, thank God I have these. I don't care what the market is doing because I'm thinking about the next watch as well, and like how much this watch, maybe I should get rid of. I've got too many watches. Like, I mean, it's not because I'm just like hard up on money. I literally have too many watches, so I'm always evaluating.
Hey, let me forward you my information, and any watches you want to just get rid of, you can just send them on over to me. Okay, I'm not picky. I'm not picky.
So I'm wearing the Batman this week because I've got a Pepsi, and I'm like, why do I have this watch? And I'm not saying if you love the Batman that you're wrong, but I mean, why would I have two?
Read some super chats. One up trading $5. Government shutdown turned off the liquidity like October 10 and will be back at 84,000 next week. Come gap filled. Okay. We got Franchise Club $5. Ozzy, that was a great live stream you ran on your channel. I subscribe. Congratulations on the 550 in super chats. Nice to see ER supporting your channel. She's a great supporter. I didn't know you were running.
I don't know what Franchise Club is talking about. I've never live streamed on my.
He's
okay. Okay.
And John C.
You didn't fall for it?
Super chat more.
Yeah. Look, I don't super chat because I don't want to explain it to my wife. Yeah, I don't want. I don't want to explain that to my wife. I mean, I wouldn't approve of her like super chatting like some makeup YouTubers and stuff like that, and vice versa. I don't know. It's just not a thing. There's a handful of super chats in there over the years, but I agree. I'm basically zero.
Hey Arch, I'll be back in a minute, okay? And Ozzy.
I'm very grateful, and I'm very, very grateful in proxy, whenever someone super chats a stream that I'm on, I'm very grateful. I really do appreciate it, because I find it rare that I feel that compelled, and you know, you guys are very generous, and I think it's fantastic that Archie has been able to do this for so long, and hopefully for longer, for our benefit.
I think in all honesty there, we got a super chat from Madman, $5. Good morning, Arch. Looking fresh today. Has Dan been back since being blamed for the dungeon imploding? Can you please make sure he's cool? I'm a big Tan fan.
But I mean, when you say dungeon imploding, it's just Jock wants to do his own thing, right? He just got sick of being messed around with.
Actually, did you see that with Jock? He was screaming at Jamie. Jamie's such a cool. You've met Jamie, cool guy, Mr. Positive.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you know, Jock's had half a bottle of scotch. Jock is so full of shit, it's not funny. And Jamie just calls his bullshit out and said, "Hang on a minute. There's a flight from Dubai to Hanoi. You can do it." Because his wife works for one of the major airlines, and Jock goes crazy because that's his fundraiser. He's trying to do a fundraiser, okay? Which is a little bit dishonest. If he was just honest and said, "Look, guys, I can go, but can you help me a bit?" That'd be one thing. But Jock, he's an alcoholic and he's a troublemaker. And you know what? The juice is hardly worth the squeeze with Jock. Constant fucking complaining. Do you see that new channel? He made all these little backdrops. He didn't put any fucking effort when he was on the dungeon. Lazy as fuck you'll ever see in your life. Just lazy. Lazy, lazy, lazy. Golden Baba. Golden Baba, so $2. So Sex Pack can go to the AVN Awards, but not Super Chat. That's right. Yes, 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 yes.
I can explain that. I've always been very open to my wife that I'm very fascinated with that entire industry and subcultures and so on and so forth. Yeah, we can explain that. I didn't go this year though. I didn't go this year. I didn't feel like I got what I wanted last year out of it. I really wanted to interview a few more people, but I realized I don't really have anything to ask them. So here's what it is. It is what it is.
Exactly. So how are you going?
Yeah, doing well. I mean, focusing on the health and fitness. Not much to it. I mean, I ordered a sleep apnea home test kit, so that'll arrive in a few days. That's my number one goal at the moment, is to figure out if I've got sleep apnea and make sure I can tackle it, because that could affect my ability to cross out some bucket list items. I want to do a trek in Nepal. I want to go to Everest Base Camp. Sounds stupid, but I've read up about it. It's actually a really wonderful trek. So, but I don't think elevation, physical exertion, and sleep apnea go together.
Yeah.
So I got to lose another 10 pounds. I've cut some medications, and we'll see how it works.
It might be a bit dangerous doing that mountain climbing. You know that? Like, you want to go to, what are you trying to climb?
I think just go to Everest Base Camp. But in America, there's a few things I want to do first. I want to do top of Half Dome and a few other big hikes, mostly in Yosemite.
If I were you.
Yeah, I mean, I'm working up to it. Like today I did 8.5 miles, almost 2,000 feet of elevation.
The advice that you told: sell some of that crypto crap off and get yourself a 4 or 5 bedroom home, right?
What?
4 or 5 bedroom home that you own. And I would even go as far as to say, at your wealth point, why don't you get a house for each child? Pick a state, pick a house, a couple houses, and just relax, man.
But I mean,
It's very tricky.
the
It's very
finances
trendy to
are.
say, hey man, I do this, I do that, but I would just seriously, honestly, with you, I would get yourself a nice house and just settle down.
I'd only have to sell like 5 or 6 Bitcoin to do that. But I mean, I want the Bitcoin more than I want the house, so there's no point.
No, but look at the mood swing you had yesterday. The mood swings. That's not a sign of a good investment.
So look, I like, look when Narc was trying to rib me about Bitcoin. I'm happy about, volatility. That's my friend. I use that. I'm just offended by someone saying that they were wearing a mask just as a pure virtue signal. This is just, I wanted, like, if I had keys and stuff, I wanted to run videos where people in Australia are being chokeholded to the ground because they didn't wear the mask the way the police wanted them to, or families being booted off the beach, or people being arrested because they left the house too many times.
Let's also don't forget that dictator Dan booted the Catholic Church up the ass. Okay, so don't get so angry.
I have to do some research on that because I remember reading a Wikipedia article, and that's all my information. So you tell me where I'm wrong. That a lot of the accusations against Pell were not founded at all. So I have no idea, like, ultimately what happened there. Like, I don't.
There are people who testified before a judge certain things, and you do your own research. You do your research.
I know that he was vilified, but as far as I could tell, it was unjustified.
If you used Wiki for a university exam, you'd be laughed out. You got to go to the source document.
Right? No, I'm not telling you. I'm not telling you I did more than that.
And say it's fact. Doesn't quite work like that. Okay.
I agree. I'm not telling. I'm just telling you. This is where I'm
struggling to find purpose.
No, number one this year is getting my health in order. That's purpose enough. I got to be here for my kids, and we're going to do amazing stuff together. That's a simple one. All of my friends who are still working or just finished up work at Amazon, their health is a complete shambles. My friend, he had a heart attack last year. Well, it's what seems to be the case is that they fired those 32,000 people. It's going to be 34,000 as of next week, so another 2,000 are going to go. They fired them all so that they could spend more money on AI data centers. They just don't have the cash flow to support $200 billion of spending, which is ridiculous. So there's no real silver lining for anyone that's working there. They're just firing people who are like, they didn't fire the crap people. I looked at my LinkedIn. There's people there that have been there for a very long time who've, probably produced billions of dollars worth of improvements in revenue, and they've just been fired. They're too expensive to keep around. Or the only thing you're trying to do is fund data centers. So it's very, the culture is being destroyed, and the good people have left. I've left.
As the expat,
I like to think I did well over there.
Great to have you on here.
Hello, how are you?
With Amazon itself.
G'day, Chief Tit.
Hello, Chief. Ozzy, I want to ask you something. Amazon itself, do you think AI is killing these positions? Is that what is happening, or?
Not really. Not in big tech. So I don't want to make it too engineery, but if you're a small company, you get a good engineer, then the AI could be like totally next level. Like, you could come up with new products very quickly. But once you get to the level that Amazon's at, the quality level has to be like really, really, really high. And so
were they
a hard
employer to work for Amazon? Did you find them? Are they a hard employer? Like, everyone who was Amazon was pretty brilliant.
Brilliant and/or extremely hardworking. I mean, my fellow Amazon friend, he had a T-shirt that said, "If you ain't crying, you ain't trying." And it had the Amazon mascot crying at his desk.
Yeah.
What watch would you wear
So-
on that hike you want to go onto the Himalayas and shit?
Oh, I don't even know the start. You know, I'm really a novice at any of this stuff. I'm just trying my
What
best.
watch would you wear?
Oh, I stopped wearing the Samsung, so I've been wearing the Tudor FXD. That's been the best because if I'm climbing rocks and stuff, I don't
wearing
want a
FXD?
bracelet.
Yeah,
Sorry.
right.
Yeah,
So you wear
yeah,
an FXD like
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, yeah. The FXD is the best. Now, if it's an easier trail that doesn't involve climbing over rocks and stuff, then I can wear anything.
You got to put an Explorer 2 in your backpack just in case you go into a cave. Just in case.
We're talking about Explorer 2. Yeah. Talking about Explorer 2. Let's go have a look.
Have you got yours there?
Yeah, I do. I tell you why.
Why, bud?
Because I sold the Pelagos yesterday. Sold
Which
the
Pelagos?
Pelagos. The Pelagos 42 in blue, you know, full titanium bracelet. And I really liked that watch, but I realized that I like the Explorer 2 better, and I'm happy wearing the Explorer 2 in any condition that I would otherwise be wearing the Pelagos. So it made sense to me that, like, I like the watch. I didn't want to get rid of it, but I love the Explorer 2. So it just made sense. Like, stop competing with the Explorer 2. Just get rid of it. And
yeah, but it's got the Pelagos does have a working bezel line. There's a bit of a difference with that. That is something that's functional.
right. But I mean, I do have the FXD. I have a Pelagos FXD that's got the die bezel.
Oh,
so.
right, okay, yeah. So what have you guys seen the I'm looking at one of those Pelagos myself, the 39 or the left-hand drive, do you know, the LHD one?
Yeah, LHD, yeah, that's cool.
I like the LHD.
I'm not really a fan of the 39. It sort of bridges the gap between tool watch and something you can wear everywhere, and I don't like the Pelagos line for that. I like the Pelagos because it's unabashedly a tool watch.
Yeah, it's a proper tool watch.
Yeah, I don't like the brushed look on the.
Just make that.
Yeah, no nonsense. Yeah, there's no pretension with the Pelagos line, except for the Pelagos 39.
Have you guys seen the inside of that Pelagos on, like, where the I don't understand what the word is for it. It's the part where the dial actually touches the side of the case on the inside. It's like it comes down on a 45-degree angle.
The chapter ring, yeah.
Yeah, each of the like
indices.
numerals, the indices are cut into it. Have you seen that?
Yeah. That was on my Pelagos 42 that I sent off yesterday.
Yeah, absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, it is. Well, one thing you need to do is before you got
$2. Tell the watermelon story for this. No, look. It was a joke. You got to remember this. Sometimes these stories, they're told at a certain time. If you miss it, you miss it. Okay? It's part of the folklore of the channel. We can't just. This is not us live streaming. You've got to watch it, otherwise you miss out on the quips.
That's right.
And it was said as a joke, and it was funny, and we don't want to revisit it. Okay, that's not how it works.
the thing. If you're ever getting a Pelagos 40, if you're ever getting a Pelagos 42, that chapter ring, it makes any misplacement of those indices extremely obvious. So you must use a loop and check that all the indices are set correctly within that chapter ring. Otherwise, they'll drive you up the wall. And I've seen Pelagoses that don't have the indices set correctly. It happens.
Yeah. So have you seen that 39, the one that I'm talking about? Not the 39, the left-hand drive one, Arch? It's got
That's
red.
42.
Yes.
Every second date is red on the
Oh,
date
it is.
wheel.
I didn't know that about the date wheel. That's cool.
Yeah, that's why I like it. I'll find a photo and I'll bring it up for. I'll put it on the private chat for you.
Is this a good
Oh,
one?
very nice. Nice, good marbling.
Yeah, very good. I mean, this is just prime rib, but man, these cuts are incredible.
Archie, you do this as well. Do you order the old catalogs for some of these, like the old Panerai catalogs,
definitely.
the model and stuff? The house is getting full of this sort of shit. My wife's looking at me funny. I got to look out. I think I might cop a hiding soon. You know, let me find that left-hand drive I was telling you about.
The left-hand drive is excellent. Like it's better than the Sprite in my opinion. It has a lot more purpose to it.
Yeah. Look, the other thing is also, like, if you're going down to do something like push-ups or something like that, and you've got the crown sort of digging into your hand, on the left-hand drive, because the
100%.
crown's on the other side, it's always upwards. Doesn't matter where
100%. Yeah, that's functional. Putting it on a GMT like the Sprite doesn't make any sense because you actually have to use the crown, and I can't use a crown backwards. Like I couldn't set a GMT LHD. That seems silly to me. Unless you were truly left-handed, but I'm sure left-handed people know how to use a right-hand side crown.
Yeah.
Because they forced it. They have to. Could you imagine if you were left-handy? If you met someone who said, I want to buy a watch, but it has to be left-hand drive. Like that's the criteria. Like it has to be a left-hand drive.
Let me see now.
Yeah, that's a bit crazy, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, what would they have? There's the Sprite, there's the LHD, Pelagos, that's it.
We worked it out, Chief Tit. Aussie's lost about $3 million.
No, 1.2 million. But not today. I'm probably only lost $1 million. I'm doing well, baby.
So there it is. That's the link in the private chat. Can you open that, or is that something that's... I can't work out how to do that sometimes.
Let's have a look. Calling it up. 1 minute. Oh yeah, the Pelagos left. Yeah, that's a bit expensive, isn't it?
Yeah, that's sort of a new price there. But can you see how
You should be able to get them for
I
about
thought
$3.5.
that's a bit dear, isn't it?
But can you see how the markers sort of cut into that sort of angled section at the edge of the dial? I love that. That's so good. See, the 39 doesn't have that.
Yeah, nor does the FXD actually.
Yeah. That's my favorite bit of that watch, and the fact that it's got the red sort of accents. That's a lot of money. I mean, I think that's only $1,000 off new price, I think.
Yeah. I sold mine for $3,000. David SW is offering $2,500. I think he sells them for about $38.
You know, this has got a helium escape valve and it's 500 meters.
Yeah, and the helium escape valve is like a Rolex helium escape valve. It's not like this
not a
big honking thing.
Yeah, that's right. See, that's a very nice watch, even if like you wanted to use it just for literally going diving.
And it looks like diving equipment. It's very, very no nonsense. It's beautiful in its austerity.
And also that the actual bezel, that's all loomed. It's not just the dot at the top. It's all loomed. So you could go on a night dive with that. It's very nice. I love it. A lot of watch for the money.
Tudors are amazing value. You can't ignore that fact. Tudors are incredible value.
Yeah.
Well, especially if you can get them secondhand and from someone you trust. Like, so the person I sold it to is actually one of my viewers. We've been in the Discord talking for years and years. So he gets it today. I can see the tracking.
Yeah. So what are you having today to eat, mate? You having those steaks? What are you going to do with them? You going to make them the way you made them the other day? Archie's doing that same thing again, I think.
Oh, okay. He's
Look at the steer on that. It's looking good.
You're going to bake it as well? Oh,
Whichever's
who made the
like it.
pizza? Was that fresh dough or frozen dough?
No, that's just for the kids. that's garbage.
Look at you, Archie. You look hungry, mate, over there. You're sick and tired of that Chinese food, aren't you?
Oh, I had fucking mosquitoes bite me last night. I couldn't get rid of this mosquito in the room.
Oh, fuck. Mosquitoes from China. Ooh.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Careful of that. So when are you coming home? What's the story? How long have you got to go?
Next week.
Has everything calmed down in there? With
I'll be home Wednesday, I think.
The host good?
Yeah, no, but it's I'm pleased to be going. You know, I've been here a bit long.
Yeah. Yeah. Any jobs left to do while you're over there, or are you just sort of seeing out the time until you come back?
Yeah, no, it's amazing. I went to a few boutiques. It's quiet. The luxury market here is quiet. I mean, China is a huge place, but
By the way, Arch, you know how there's no link for people to jump on if they wanted to on this particular one.
oh, I didn't pin it. Sorry.
Somebody in
I'll
the chat
post
just
it.
did for me to mention it to you.
No worries. I'll do that. Just pumping it in now. How have you been, Aussie expat? Sorry, Chief Tit. How have you been, man? What's going on with you?
Not too bad. I went on the other day. I actually got a really bad migraine, so bad that I got admitted into hospital, which was a bit weird.
Wow,
Fuck.
that's
That's
something.
pretty bad.
Brain scans and shit. It was a really weird thing. Have you ever had the type, you know, when you have something really cold like an ice block and you get that brain freeze feeling where it's
Brain
really
freeze.
intense?
Yes.
Yeah. It was like that pain, but it just didn't go. It was there for like
Wow.
hours, and it was maddening, I tell you. So they put me into hospital and they put me to sleep, of all things, which was interesting. Yeah, so that's my
They
news.
put you to sleep. They put you to sleep for how long?
Like 6 hours, I think. No, I
And
was
when you
groggy
woke
for
up,
2
you felt okay? How did they put you to sleep?
They gave me an intravenous, and they gave me something to put me to sleep, and they gave me painkillers. So I don't know what the fuck that was.
And
It
it
was very
worked?
scary, actually. Yeah, it worked. I woke up very groggy and everything, and I've been sort of a bit fucked for the last 2 days, but it's okay. Nobody died. It's all good. No? Did you hear the news?
How did you?
Wow.
Hey? What'd you say, Aussie?
How was the experience of, like, I had a friend who just had pneumonia in Australia, and he said like there was like hours to get through the waiting room in the ER, even though he arrived by ambulance, and he had a horrible time. It sounds like they got on top of whatever was happening with you pretty quick.
Mate, I went in there, and I shouldn't have. I drove myself there, and they said you shouldn't have done that because I was very disorientated and I couldn't put my words together. I'm still not quite 100% from it. And I just put my ID on the table. I said, look, can you just go through my wallet and find whatever you need? And my Medicare that was there, my Army ID, and mate, they just put me straight through. Literally,
Oh, okay.
She came out from behind, got 2 people in, and then they just took me through. So
You think it's because triage-wise, it looked potentially very dangerous?
I don't know, man. I don't know whether I said anything to him that was freaky. I just said I was disorientated, I had a shocking headache. I couldn't see properly out of my right eye, and that was it. So I don't know whether that gave them some sort of alarm.
That sounds like an embolism. To be fair, I don't want to scare you. Or, you know,
Yeah,
I hope you're with us, bro.
Maybe I thought it was something like that, you know. But it was a bit of a freaky feeling, to tell you the honest truth.
Jeez, Ozzy, that's a fucking scare and a half, man.
It's a what? Sorry.
What'd you say, Arch? I don't know what he said, Ollie.
I mean, I only mentioned embolism because my friend in Germany, a very good friend, actually had
That's a scare. That's a very big health scare, man.
A brain embolism last year in Germany, and their healthcare system was awful. Could you imagine being told by your GP, "Oh, I think you've got a brain embolism," and that he had to wait more than 2 months to get a CAT scan? Like you got this splitting, broken headache, you can't see properly, and your doctor says, "I think it's a brain embolism," but the next CAT scan is in 2 months. It was insane. And it turned out to be an embolism. They had to operate, but he had to wait 2 months in pain because of their healthcare system.
Jeez.
So it sounds like they really did right by you. You know, they
went to nuclear medicine, did a scan. I don't know what the fuck they came up with, all these things. I think prochlormazine plus IVF admitted to ECs. Anyway, I'm still alive. It's all right. And we're all going to die one day.
What did they say, Chief Tip? What's the cause of it? Is it stress? What's your stress level like?
Could be stress. Could be stress. I do stress out a bit, you know. But anyway,
I needed the hospital yesterday. That could have been good for me.
Chief Tip's got a $7 million mortgage, haven't you?
No, I don't. I paid off my mortgage years ago.
I could have used a trip to the hospital after, you know, losing millions on Bitcoin. Just pump me full of morphine and Viagra and have your way with me.
Oh.
Make it good again, whatever it takes.
Yeah. Oh man, fuck. Anyway, it doesn't matter. We're all still alive. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Yeah. Best of luck. No, look, this kind of thing, I'm sure it's treatable. But I mean, were you vaccinated?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, a couple of years ago.
My father-in-law had a heart attack 2 months ago. Yeah, he was boosted all the way up.
Healthy man though? Was he a fit guy?
He's verging on underweight. He does a lot and doesn't eat really enough. So he wouldn't strike me as the kind of person who would be at risk of a heart attack. And he's relatively young despite being father-in-law. I think he's like he just turned 60. He just turned 60. Or he's turning 60 this year.
I tell you something. I don't really think it's good to stay fit, but I'm going to tell you, I don't think it's particularly great to go over the top with too much exercise at certain stages of your life. Like I reckon.
Right. Yeah. You gotta pace it. You gotta check your blood pressure. Make sure you're not doing anything while you've got high blood pressure. And if you wake up in the morning and your heart is racing, don't go out for a run. So you got to be smart.
You've got a certain pace at your age group, right? So even though you could be really fit at sort of in your 50s, there's a difference between being fit in your 50s and being fit at the age of 21. So if you go somewhere with a group of people that you might be in a team with, or like I'm in a team with people, not for sport, but for the army and shit, When you go into that, you've got to be careful not
Oh,
to
did
necessarily
you
try to
see
keep
that
up
ad
with
I
those
sent you, Chief Tit? Chief Tit, I
What?
sent you that old ad for the Army Reserves with Bob Hawke in it.
I saw it. I saw it.
What did you think?
I love it. Do you know, did you hear what they said in Australia? They're going to get rid of all our bases, like all the old buildings like Victoria Barracks and shit. They're going to sell them.
I
61
thought it's just
sites.
the surplus ones, no?
No, they're not surplus. We're fucking there every day. It's ridiculous. They're full of shit.
I don't understand why they're getting rid
them.
of them, because even though they're not used now, if ever there's a crisis, those are great center points they already own. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. But you know what? Some of them are just not even the usability of it. Some of it is just purely historic, like Victoria Barracks in Sydney, in Paddington, is like, it's a monument. You would never get rid of that. Do you know what I mean? It's sacrilege. It's like, how would I explain it? It's like Greece getting rid of the Acropolis, for fuck's sake.
Oh, come on. Like Australia is like 200-ish years old. There's nothing old in Australia. My apartment in Switzerland, in Zurich, was 600 years old. That doesn't mean it's historic.
Have you been to Victoria Barracks?
No, I'm joking. But I mean, like, I don't.
You know, Chief Tit, we have a Victoria Barracks in Brisbane. They're a historic building.
Absolutely.
And I don't understand why they sell this. I mean, they shouldn't be looking at it and saying, oh, the costs and this. Well, they're a fucking government, right? It's not a business. They're not running a business.
Absolutely.
They're running.
But no, it's not just that. You know, they rent out office space in the city of Sydney, in the CBD, on like high office towers, like maybe 10 or 20 floors, and they're fucking perpetually empty, and all they are is just an office block with a computer in front and all of that. Soldiers don't want to go and do that shit. Do you know what I mean? They don't join up so they can sit in an office in front of a computer.
No.
It's fucking ridiculous. It's like, what the fuck are you doing? Why would you get rid of Victoria Barracks? It's like the building for the army. It's synonymous with it, you know?
No, all they do is they see the numbers they could sell it off for, right?
Yeah.
So what are they going to do? Tear it down then? You know what I mean? Like a developer, he wants to put a skyscraper on, doesn't he?
Absolutely, but if they can't, it's all heritage listed anyway, which makes the whole exercise pointless in any event. They should get rid of all of those fucking stupid office blocks that are unnecessary and take all the soldiers and go back to fucking Victoria Barracks where you belong. And we'd all be happy with it too, by the way.
Yes.
Nobody wants to go into town and go in there like a fuckwit in your army uniform like you're about to attack something, and you're going into an office block like a fuckwit with camouflage uniform on. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then they've got these beautiful sandstone buildings over there, which you've got all the old bases. You've got the esprit de corps that comes with it. No.
Yeah.
Can't go there. You know? Absolutely ridiculous.
No,
they're
I
selling
agree
ones
with
in Victoria Barracks in Victoria. They've got ones in Western, 61 sites. Everybody's up in arms about it. But anyway.
But I mean, are they historic? I mean, what I was alluding to was that, like, just because something is old doesn't make it historic.
Okay, I'll
No,
find you a
these
picture.
are. This is the founding of Australia. No, they are. They really are significant. They really military.
Fair enough.
We don't do enough of stuff. You know what? And it's very short term to think, oh, we'll just do this, get rid of this, get rid of that. It's very short term thinking, and that's they're just looking at too many. Keep the accountants out of the process. That's what they got to do. Keep the accountants out of this process. It's very dangerous. Chief Tit, I mean, you got to remember this stuff is all very, very old. You've got to keep, like, you know, Cockatoo Island. You know, one thing about JD is he goes out to Cockatoo Island there, right?
Yeah.
So what do you want to do? Sell it to a fucking lousy developer to put...
Exactly. That's the
what are you
problem
do?
with Australia. We don't have enough old historical sort of stuff. So the little that we do have, why the fuck are we getting rid of it? You know, it's just ridiculous. Have you seen? Have a look at the private chat, Aussie. Have you seen have a look at the private chat and that last link? What it is. you'll see a photo of it.
Okay, yeah, I understand. Yeah,
You
I
understand? It's like that.
Yeah.
So you don't go and get rid of that in the middle of Sydney. We've got fuck all of that as it is.
Like you know, that Cockatoo Island, and they also have that, the Navy has the big base there where they have ship.
Yeah.
They just keep it, man. You can't look at it and say it costs this much.
They should keep
The Army
all the
doesn't pay
stupid
rates.
leases they've got.
The Army doesn't pay rates, do they?
No, of course not. The other thing is they're paying leases in the city. For who? Why are they
Oh,
paying
it's
leases?
just stupidity. That is stupidity.
Fucking morons. Anyway, I can't say anything too much, you know.
No, you're right. You're right.
But anyway, what can you do?
It's corruption.
No, it's just poor planning. It's not corruption. Corruption means somebody's getting a backhanded to do it. I don't
You
think
don't
it's
think
corruption.
someone
It's
isn't
just
getting a backhand to do it?
unlikely.
What are they
Well,
getting?
who's the
at?
developer?
It's like, well, they don't know. They don't even
They
know
haven't.
who
They
they're
haven't
getting
tender
to.
process, Aussie.
Mm-hmm.
Any money would be somebody from China buying it. that'd be the perfect one. You know? Unbelievable.
No, Archie, you say they don't know. No, they do know. They're just not telling you who.
Yeah.
That's how the world works. These people get council positions. You know, they jockey for position.
Very hard.
They put the people in the right place, and then they get the land.
You have been to London? You guys have been
Yeah, I
to
used to
London?
live in London.
Okay, so you know where the King's Road is? Just off Sloane Street? Just off Sloane Square?
Oh, okay, yeah, Sloane Square, yeah.
Yeah, so if you go down the King's Road, after about 100 metres from the start of the King's Road from Sloane Square on the left-hand side, if you hang a left there's a massive park, and there's these old buildings that look a little bit like Victoria Barracks that surround it. Do you know what that's for? That's all accommodation for the old guys that used to be in the army, the beefeaters and stuff, like their guardsmen and shit.
Yeah.
Their veterans live in this old heritage listed in these old heritage listed buildings.
Yeah.
Like in
And there's soldiers that live in the Tower of London. Those with the beefeater hat. Yeah.
You got veterans who are in Les Invalides and all those places. You know, I mean,
Yeah.
what the fuck are they doing?
I'm planning on taking my son to England next year to see Tower of London and Greenwich Naval Observatory. It should be fantastic. Yeah.
Fabulous there.
100%. You know, everyone should do that. Like, if you're into watches and stuff, you need to go to Greenwich. They have the H1, H2, and H3, which are the first marine chronometers. There's this crazy guy in his garage has made these clocks, and he beat Isaac Newton to solving the problem of latitude and navigating around the world. Like, he did it. He just made an excellent clock, while these eggheads built an entire observatory and paid millions and millions and millions of dollars for observing the moon, and they never got there. There was a contemporary of Isaac Newton that beat him using a fucking clock. What a legend.
At Greenwich itself, there's a museum, is that?
Yes, they have the first marine chronometers, the H1, H2, H3, built by this guy, and they work. The very first chronometer, it absolutely worked. It had stats that would even put a submariner to shame.
Fuck, really?
Like, yeah, and so they did a circumnavigation of, I think, across the Atlantic, around the Caribbean, and back to England, and it only lost like 30 seconds over the course of 60 days. It was insane.
It is a great place to visit. There's so many nice and interesting museums there, like the Imperial War Museum. That's an absolute classic.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. So I'll be going there for the solar eclipse in Gibraltar, but the stopover from Las Vegas is London. So I'll spend a few days in London and then go to Gibraltar for the solar eclipse. So it's all a horology and timekeeping, trip. It should be fun.
Yeah, that'd be good. Send some photos, man.
Yeah. Well, it's a year and a half from now, so we'll see. Yeah. Yeah. I decided not to go to Spain this year. I figured the Gibraltar trip with London, it just makes more sense. And my my daughter will be old enough to enjoy it, so we can do a family trip instead of just me and my son.
It's cool.
So should be good.
All right, kids. Well, I'm going to knock off now. Got to help the wife with the shopping.
Hey,
Love it.
thank you,
Good luck.
Chief Tit, for coming on there. Crypto Madness
Stay healthy.
Hour. So much.
Yes.
Hey,
Stay
Chief
healthy.
Tit, just stay in there. But I totally agree with you. I don't understand. You know, the most stupid thing is, where I live, they had post offices that owned the freehold, right? Little post offices.
Yeah.
They moved the post office into a big shopping center onto a lease, and they sold these post offices off. Just, if you own the fucking thing, just keep it there. You know, like so many things are so crazy. They own these things, then they sell them off, then they, you know what I mean? It's just crazy. It's just absolutely crazy.
It's annoying, and then they put it into consolidated revenue. They don't book it as if they book it like it's cash, like it's income. You know, these
But
idiots.
it's not, because there's only so much stuff you can sell off before there's nothing left.
Absolutely, and they'll never be able to buy these things back again.
100% right. And it's just, it's crazy. Just keep it. Keep what you got. That's the whole thing. So
Absolutely.
I totally agree with you, Ozzy. So Chief Tit, I totally agree with you, man.
All right, Arch. Well, have a good night tonight.
The bezel.
See you guys chat. See you, Ozzy.
Thank you.
See you,
Yeah.
See you later there, Chief
All right?
Tit.
Mike, all right? Hey, Mike. I hope he didn't get a brain aneurysm like me. See you later, guys.
See ya. Aussie expat. I had a friend of mine who died from a brain aneurysm. Like, it's pretty serious stuff. There's not much they can do,
100%.
really. There's not much they can do either.
Well, I mean, if you survive it, there is stuff that they can do, but in the moment, I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
Like, my friend had a brain aneurysm, he survived it, and he's having, impaired vision and constant headache. And the doctor says, "Oh, I think you've had a brain aneurysm," and they couldn't
Is he
get him
able to
into
work?
not during that time, and they couldn't get him a CT scan for months in Germany. People talk about how fantastic their healthcare system is. Could you imagine being told you've got a brain aneurysm by your GP and they can't do anything about it? You're just sitting there in
Does he
pain.
have private cover?
No, it's all social in Germany.
There is no private cover?
No, it's not like Australia where it's a mix of both, right?
Yeah.
It's like England, NHS. Like, no one has private in England. I mean, they might, like, specific treatments go out and pay. There's a little bit of that industry there, but there's no, like,
Actually, quite a lot, Aussie.
no, I'm not. But normal people don't do that, right? They have to rely on what the NHS will give
Heard
them.
of the Harley Road specialists? Harley
Sure, no,
Road.
I understand. I'm not saying that it doesn't exist in any way, shape, or form. But
Someone who lives in a £20 million house in London would go and see a normal GP. For starters, they don't shit normally. Those people who live in those $20 million houses, they don't shit.
yeah, just what is it? The colonic
Pallets.
irrigation.
They have pallets.
Yeah. Well, I mean, as I was saying, he's not. That's the reality of the public healthcare system there. And he's an
I
executive.
saw you were on
He's an
Jockey
executive
Street
for.
the other day. What's the go there? Tell me what the go is there with Jockey. He's out of his mind, that guy.
I talk to people that I otherwise wouldn't. How do I say? I don't really care. Like, as in, as long as we can have a conversation.
Jamie, positive Jamie. He really blasted Jamie.
Yeah, that's not good. I mean, I like Jamie. I didn't see that, but Jamie was on when I was on, so I don't know exactly what happened. Jamie alerted me to this whole Gibraltar opportunity and everything, so I'm very happy to have had some time with Jamie. Should be fun. Should be fun. You should come to that, Archie. Like, let's make it. Well,
That's
maybe not. I mean, Gibraltar's going to be expensive because everyone's going to try to get there all at the same time. May not be the best thing.
100% right.
Mm.
100% right. And Gibraltar, that's an interesting country. That was an English territory for. It still is an English territory, isn't it?
Still is. He was explaining British passports, English speaking, phone booths, and post offices, HMRC. You know, it's.
Did you hear
it's
about that
basically-
in the Netherlands? They no longer have post. They've cancelled the postal service.
I think even in USA they talk about this, but the US Postal Service is actually I think it's in the Constitution of all places.
Yeah.
Like it's not even possible to defund it or adjust it or say, you know, we don't, because in America there's a lot of distribution and logistics, right? Like the US Postal Service doesn't really need to exist.
No, it's huge.
Where it does exist, it gets exploited by private companies. You know, they do things like shipping, you know, weights for exercise equipment because the postage doesn't really cover the costs of delivery of that. So it's really just a raw.
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying there. It's
The British actually privatized the post office. I've got £600 worth of shares in the UK Post. They privatized it, I think, in 2000.
That was a disaster where people went to jail. Did you see that?
That wasn't the privatization. We did talk about the scandal with the software. It was very
How could that fucking
insane.
That's awful.
No.
don't you
So
think?
I mean that is actually a textbook thing that computer scientists look at. Like that is something that every computer scientist needs to look at and know. Every engineer needs to look at that scenario because you can just take these systems too far, you know, and you can't assume that computers are infallible. It's stupid.
We got a super chat. JT, $5 when Jock arrives in Vietnam. Will you and Lux greet him at the end? No, we're not. Jock can get fucked as far as I'm concerned. I want nothing to do with him. Will Lux attempt to grab his hand like he did with no, I'm not meeting Jock. Jock can go get fucked. And you know what? Jock is so full of shit, he's probably not going.
All right, look.
I don't think Jock will even be going because he's so full of shit.
There we go. We've got a beautiful rare steak.
And we've got
Ready to
JD
go.
coming back. Hey,
Hello.
JD, that was...
How you going?
How you
Hello,
going,
JD.
man?
Yeah, all is well. Watch meat over. Some nice pieces there. You like some of that? That's some nice.
Yes,
nice
we
stuff.
did. That was amazing.
Nice stuff. It seems like every couple of weeks the boys come up with a new purchase that's fucking way out of my league. But fortunate enough to actually have a look every now and again. It doesn't hurt to have a look. The
I mean,
AP
how
is
do you
pretty
find
good.
that? I mean, fuck me dead. That AP, that's a heavy hitting AP.
Yeah, he's got the Platona as well. He got about a month ago.
Oh my God! What?
He's pretty serious. He's a pretty serious
So
collector.
the current gen Platona?
No, it's a couple of years old with the baguette diamonds on it.
Was it the 12 series with the exhibition case back?
No, it's not. It's the one before
Okay.
that. It doesn't have the
No,
exhibition.
the new
case
one's
back,
my
but,
grail. I've been after it for 3.5 years.
Dude, I don't blame you. That's, I mean, outstanding stuff. Again, I've never remotely. The closest I come on that table is that AP hat. I might be able to afford that, but again, it's good to actually be able to at least play with them and stuff. So it's all good. Just wanted to say, Aussie Expat yesterday on the show, you were fucking brilliant, man. Absolutely
really?
brilliant. I was, mate,
Okay.
I was just hilarious. It was fantastic. That Fred Durst
Okay.
guy had it coming. You brought heat. The Dan Andrews fire. I love it. Honestly, I'm not being
good.
silly. You're a fucking great guy.
I don't know if I'm towing the line, right, but I felt very passionate about that. I mean,
No, that's good.
horrific
And
things
it's
happened, and
justified.
nobody was apologized to.
No, and living through it. I mean, like, in Sydney, we didn't have as restrictive as Melbourne, but we certainly had
Right.
limits to how far we could go. we were limited to, I think, 10 kilometers, and we only, at the time, and I'm not bringing it up to virtue signal or anything,
Yeah.
but during all of that shutdown, I was going through cancer treatment, and
Oh,
the only
dear.
reason we could go through and travel further than 10 kilometers was because I had to go to the hospital, which was further. So again, looking back at that time, way worse in Melbourne. But for me, every single time I had to go to get chemo, I had to have the proper COVID test.
You're
up
dodging the
nose.
checkpoints.
Yeah, all of that, man, because everything was shut down. It was like the Holocaust, end of the world shit. I remember it was every 2 weeks I'd have to go to the hospital through all of that shit and go through all of those checks for every single blood test, every single visit to every single doctor. It was just terrible.
Well,
Oh,
JD,
dear, it must have been
You
awful.
know,
JD,
yeah,
JD, my wife worked in a medical center, and this was years ago. And this practice manager, my wife was good friends with his wife, but the practice manager, he had bowel cancer
yeah,
during COVID, and he died because they couldn't operate or do things.
that's horrendous.
Oh my God.
Fortunately, I had the same thing. And fortunately, for whatever reason, I got in really quick. So within going to the GP, getting the scan to find out that I had cancer, I was in surgery, thankfully, within a week. Again, I had private cover,
That's
which I
amazing.
think may have helped. But the
Yeah.
anxiety that you feel when you don't have that level of control and you would just have to sit there and wait would have been horrifying. It's beyond imagination. I'm just so thankful that it was able to be attended so quickly during that period, because it was horrible for everybody, but it was made so much worse when you find out you have cancer. So thankfully it's all good now.
Unbelievable.
I definitely, that passionate sort of overreach that the government had, in particularly in Melbourne, was horrifying, as it was one of the worst lockdowns in the world, I think, down there.
It is. It was 100%.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the things in China were quite bad, but I mean, China didn't keep it up as long as Dan Andrews did. It was unbelievable.
Yeah, they sort of committed
Yeah,
to it. And they
the only thing I will say is that Dan Andrews did get stuck into the Catholic Church. So, you know, sometimes they deserved it too. You know,
I was reading that a grand jury found that basically George Pell was unaware of these issues. So I'm not exactly sure that I'm on board.
I think you might be just picking pieces, because he was on the committees that set down. So he definitely knew about these things, and he was, look, just research the court case.
I'll do a little bit more.
Yeah. M16 $2, Mr. Expat, huge fan of your watch wear pie chart.
Thank you. Do we need to bring it up? I can't do it. I'm not on my computer.
That's funny. It's good to get into that sort of thing to that level. The guys this morning are really into that sort of, I guess, tracking all of their stuff. There was one guy there who has a table with all of his gold Rolexes and how much they weigh, that type of thing.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so I get that. I love the
I mean,
fact
I
that
keep, anywhere I can get numbers, I normally collect them. Like with my firearms, I keep track of the exact round count and when they've gone out. And
that's okay. That's okay. It's good to have an interest. But the guy there this morning was like, literally, I think everywhere he goes, he's got his weighing scales for his gold watches. So that's I said, mate, that's either one or two things. They're either going to be thinking that you're weighing drugs or gold watches, one of the two.
Well, what's interesting is because the weight of the watch isn't going to change. So I don't know why you would do it.
I don't know either, but that's what they do. They're weighing each other's gold watches. I don't know. I don't
All right, I got to sit down for dinner. It was great to hear from you, JG. And
no worries.
Hey, thank you, Aussie Expat, for coming on, man. I really do appreciate it. Thank you. Thanks,
everyone.
See you, mate. Is Mike still there?
I think he might be busy tied up. He sort of comes in and out. Aussie Expat, what an amazing view. Fuck me dead. I was trying to say to you, as a normal middle-class person, now that I sold the Beamer and I'm just normal now.
Yeah.
You know what? Fuck me dead. It's amazing. You see these people, they got $100,000 things, right? But let me tell you, I really love your Monaco. That's such a beautiful piece.
I love wearing
And,
it, and I know it's not a
and that's
hype piece. I know it's not
it's a
aspirational,
great
but
piece.
it's
No,
I
you don't
enjoy
need to
wearing it. You
explain
know,
nothing.
you know, I love it honestly. Like compared to everything else, and again, there's always that honeymoon period, but I've had it for a while now. But for how it sits on the wrist, it is titanium. It's not heavy. Sure, it's big and thick, but it's supposed to be. And particularly the colorway, I'm a big fan of. So I love showing it. I'm proud of it. I love it. It's not a Platona. It's nice.
No,
I
it's
love it.
fucking beautiful. I love the Tiffany colored accents there.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's very cool. So I enjoy wearing that.
Hoss
Did you-
88 Canada
Sorry.
watches $2. We appreciate the disciplined schedule, Archie. Thank you. Thank you so much. I got to tell you, JD, that's the thing about this hobby. You can be on different levels. Like, let's face it, you've put a lot
Yeah.
of money into your watches.
Everything's relative though, but then you see these guys and it's like not even a tenth of their collection. But as I said to you, I don't believe it matters. You can still be an enthusiast with a Seiko 5. It doesn't matter. You don't have to have a Rolex to prove that you're one of the gang. It's not, you can still enjoy it, much like I enjoy going to car shows. I don't have a fancy car. I catch a bus or a ferry to work. That's fine. I don't need it to enjoy it or to be an enthusiast. The notion that you have to have a Daytona to be a proper, it's bullshit. You can have anything and enjoy it still without having to have a $100,000 watch collection. That's ridiculous. And some of these guys who have these super fancy grail length pieces, they still have normal stuff as well that they equally enjoy. There's a lot of Tudors and there's a lot of Longines and Omegas that they have, and they enjoy those just as much as the big flex obvious pieces that you see, like you saw today, the GMT Pepsi and the Smurfs and all of that. So yeah.
100% right. 100% right there.
It's all humid in Sydney. It's another hot day. Just in the park, close to everything else there. Yeah, it's good to do the photography of the watches because they're all at the table. You just grab them and get the Leica out and get some good pics of them all. So a good day.
Black Cat 9972 $2. Good, great to see you two with expat chatting. Yeah, no,
it's all
Aussie
good, man. Respect where credit where credit's due. That show yesterday. Oh God, I just had it. I was at work and I had the earpiece in on one side, giggling like a schoolgirl. It was hilarious. It was so good. It came at him so hard, and that's what makes it interesting. It's not about we'd all just here with the same view on certain things. It's so interesting, and that combative nature of it. It was highly entertaining.
Yes.
So it was fantastic. So
I'm
did
really pleased
well.
to hear the feedback. I'm really happy
it was great.
to get the feedback there, Ozzy. That's sorry, JD.
That's okay. That's all right. No,
What are you?
great.
Tell
It's
me
a really
this.
good one.
What are you up to this year? You buying anything on the horizon for you to purchase?
Look, I'm not actively pursuing anything, but there are a couple that I do have my eye on. If opportunity presented itself and I was in the right frame of mind, I definitely like the idea of that the GMT Master 2 black, like a 2018, like what I looked at today. I think that's good buying as far as the GMT Master 2 is concerned. There's quite a few listings.
They're
that pop
amazing.
up
What
from
are
time
they
to
going
time.
for, JD?
There's like ones listed in Australia for 18, around 18, 19, I think, in relatively good condition.
Okay, that's a little bit high. I thought they're a bit cheaper,
yeah.
no?
Yeah, well, again, there's a few listed, and again, I'm not committed to, but I'm keeping an eye on it. So again, if they came out at a really good price, then I'd consider it. The other one I'd consider would be a Yachtmaster Blue Dial. I like that. A little bit more dressy maybe, but I'd consider that. Again, not actively looking. And just other stuff I like the look of. I like the IWC Ingenieur, the current one on the secondary, the original green dial I like. Again, I'm not pursuing it, but I'll just keep an eye on stuff. I've got enough shit. I don't need any more, but you always got to keep an eye on stuff, you know. Just walked past Vintage Watch Co just then. Got quite a, again, getting a bit more stock back in. Oh, I had a look at, we had a look at Breitling after the catch up, and they had the, I think it's a new Navi timer, Aston Martin Formula One collab thing we looked at. I was going to hop on the stream, but it was a bit difficult in the boutique. That was kind of a nice Navi timer, which was a little bit different on the dial. But again, do you think anybody with an Aston Martin's picking up an Aston Martin collab Breitling? Probably not. It was still a pretty
Would
cool
you like
watch.
an Aston Martin, JD?
Oh, I like the idea of it, but it'd never happen. It'd be a Powerball related purchase. No, again, love looking at them, but I'd rather somebody else pay for the thing. It's
Chief Tit's
expensive.
thrown $3 in, JD. You're a scholar
Oh,
and
thank you,
a
man.
gentleman. You betcha.
I send out the invite for those watch meetups. It's difficult on a Saturday morning, but obviously Chief Tit knows he's invited to these watch catch-ups on a Saturday morning. It's a bit difficult when you're taking your kids out and about sport and stuff, but it's always open for him to join the crew. And it's crazy, these guys that, like, I'd be lucky to get a watch once a year, maybe that, which is, to normal people, I think that's still excessive. But these guys, there'd be somebody there every Saturday. There'd be something new every Saturday that somebody's just picked up, which is mind-blowing. That Smurf was just bought this week. It's pretty cool.
Yes.
But they're not just about flashing douchebag stuff. It's not about just flexing. They do actually love their watches. And you've met this guy who'll remain nameless that day in the city with me.
Yeah, he's a great guy.
Yes.
Great guy.
Yeah, he's a lovely guy. So he got that Smurf after he only just sort of got that JLC chronograph in rose gold reverso. He got that not that long ago. So he's got an amazing collection of stuff. He's got Sprite, he's got a root beer in the last year, he's got the celebration dial. You look in the window of Rolex and you just go, yeah, well, he's got all this window. Fucking, he's got everything. So he's doing well. Good luck to him. Good luck to him. There we go, mate. So what's your status? When are you back in Australia? When does that happen?
Oh, I'm coming back I got a cheap ticket, so I got to do a couple.
Stopovers?
It's not a direct flight, so I've got to fly here, then fly there. So I've got a few little things, but man, I'm looking. It'd be good to get back there for a little bit.
Yeah, cool.
And
it's still hot.
I gotta say, I've actually I got a few. I'm more looking at. I'll tell you the truth. I probably want to keep one of the Breguets in the future going forward.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense because it's a nice dress watch. You need a dress watch. It suits
I'd
you.
love to go down to 2 to 4 watches.
Yeah, it's a difficult thing
That's
when
enough.
you've had and been used to having so many. But I think in reality, anything for me, as I see it, anything over 5 is excessive. As far as luxury watches go, I think it's excessive.
Oh, 100%. And let me say this to you. You have so many watches. How are you going to service them all? You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, there's that time bomb too, because there's a lot of collectors that I've been in contact with are relatively new, and that's not saying that I've been collecting for a long time either. But there's a heck of a lot of guys who've come into this sort of during COVID or just post-COVID. So they've accumulated a lot of new stuff that at some point they're all from the same age. And if you've got 20 watches, it's not exactly a time bomb, but at some point or another, they're going to need to be serviced and they're going to be out of warranty 10 years later, and it doesn't go away. So you're right. And then it's whether or not it's worth holding on to them. Some of those servicing costs are pretty high, chronographs and stuff on some more of the esoteric sort of brands that is a bit of a concern.
Would you ever
but
come up to Queensland ever? Do you ever go to Queensland or Melbourne
I
much
used
yourself?
to. I go to Melbourne for like just business related stuff a number of times a year, but it's only again with work, and it's only for a couple of nights. Queensland, not so much. I used to head up to Queensland quite a bit to visit relatives on the Gold Coast, but they're not there anymore. So I haven't been up to Queensland.
No.
But we always used to stay at Broadbeach, across from Jupiter's Casino. I remember the monorail
Oh, okay, yeah.
from Broadbeach through that shopping centre into Jupiter's Casino, and you have Pacific Fair next door. I worked briefly at Pacific Fair after I left high school. I worked at Brash's at Pacific Fair for a couple of months after high school.
Oh, you worked at Brash's?
Yeah, Brash's. Yeah, briefly, a brief period. It was during...
How did you find that?
It was, at the time, I mean, it was midsummer, so it was super hot, and I was just like a gopher. So I was just running around taking the garbage out, or taking like TVs to cars and that type of thing.
Yeah.
And imagine that's sort of in a period where they're mainly
were
CRT
big.
TVs, so they would have been so heavy to move into somebody's car, and that's what I was doing in the middle of summer. I remember it was something to do. I remember it pretty well. I have fond memories of Pacific Fair.
Coast.
Yeah, so I had relatives who lived not exactly on the Gold Coast, but at Mudgeeraba and Merrimack. You know where they are, sort of inland a bit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, interesting times, but they're no longer there. So there's no real sort of drive to go back. Queensland, we've mainly, when I have been, it's mainly further up for holidays to like Palm Cove. We like going to Palm Cove near Cairns, and a few times we've been to Hamilton Island, and what's the other one next to it, the fancy one? I haven't been there for a while, but there's another one that's a bit more exclusive, an island next to Hamilton that we used to go to. My mind's gone blank, sorry.
Wow.
Yeah. There we go. But yeah, I have to start doing the holidays with the daughters are getting older now. She's in high school, so she'd probably be up for traveling a little bit more. She's a bit of a homebody, so I'll have to start thinking about more holidays and stuff, you know. There you go.
Yeah, no, that's exactly it there. The Gold Coast has really gone through a bit of a decline there. They had a DFO that closed, duty-free store that closed down. All of that. Cavill Avenue is turned very seedy now.
Like Surfers Paradise used to be this beacon, this was the time of the 80s where it was the beacon to go to Cavill Avenue. And what's that amusement arcade, Grundy's, is that right? Grundy's or something?
Oh, that I think that's closed.
Yeah.
They used to have the water slide, remember that?
Yeah, yes, all of that stuff. That was, I used to have holidays there. I'd stay with friends who at Coolangatta. I remember some holidays at Coolangatta, which were pretty nice. I was never good at the old beach stuff because I'm too pasty and white. I used to get sunburnt. I remember getting sunburnt so badly on the tops of my feet were red raw. Oh my God, never again. It's not a place for me. I'm too pasty and white. I'm like a jellyfish.
No, I know exactly what you mean there. Yeah.
It's not for me. It's not for me. Well, the boys are playing chess behind me. Have a quick look. I'll flip the camera around if you want. Let's have a look at the back camera.
Sure.
There we go. It's got the chess game going in the park there, which is kind of cool. Cool.
So cool.
Yeah, I think so. I wish I knew how to play chess. I never did that. Never smart enough.
Sort of, yeah. It's a good game, yeah. Different pieces have different moves.
Yeah, it's sort of definitely, I think it's very cool in real life like this. There's a lot at stake.
I was just saying to Chief Tit, when you went to Cockatoo Island, that is so beautiful. That's like a historic
nice
military base.
And free's good. You can just wander around there without being hassled. It's pretty good for that sort of stuff.
Yeah, it's amazing.
I enjoy going there quite a bit.
Yeah, no, I love it. I love that, all that footage that you brought on. I think it's fantastic. That's
right.
really.
That's why I thought it'd be hilarious for you to stay in a tent one night there.
Yeah, no, it is. It is very.
It would be really funny. Be really funny. I'll just walk in here. I just wanted to quickly show you something, and then I'll log off. It's something you would have seen
No worries,
already,
no rush.
but it's part of. I just noticed it the other day. I was watching a old music video clip of David Bowie's "Let's Dance." I don't know if you remember the Let's Dance film clip. It's from 1983. There was a period where David Bowie lived in Sydney.
You know that China girl that he found that girl in Sydney. She was at a Chinese restaurant in Sydney.
That's a Iggy Pop song. But I'll just show you here. You've seen this before, but the Strand Arcade.
David Bowie did China Girl. David Bowie
Iggy Pop originally wrote it in the 70s.
Yeah.
But I'll just show you down here. It's just a Strand Arcade, which you've seen a million times before, where Vintage Watch Co is. But if you look at the Let's Dance film clip that's on YouTube, the Aboriginal couple walk into an arcade and they visit a watchmaker, and it's actually in the Strand Arcade. You can tell because you can see it in the film clip at 2 minutes 20. So a little bit of trivia for you. And I'll just show you where that is, and then I'll log off. Again, you've seen this a million times before. It's a lovely day in Sydney. Lovely day. So it's just around here.
I love David Bowie.
Oh, he's fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. I remember when he passed away, it was very sad. And there was where I just was there's a guy waving to the camera. Look at that. Where I was.
I just found the footage. I just found the clip. I can't play the clip.
Yeah,
but I can show you. Have a look at this quickly. This is
you look at 2 minutes 20. 2 minutes 20.
That's look at the bank card sign there. Big bank card. Yeah,
that's it. So that's the Strand Arcade. And they further into the clip, they go past the shop that has the red shoes in the clip. And you look at the tiles there, it's the Strand Arcade. So I did a bit of a trivia for you. Let's Dance. There you go.
Oh, watchmaker and jeweler there. Yes,
that's pretty cool, huh? The fact that they go to a watchmaker, I thought was also pretty cool. So just down here.
Yeah, watchmaker. There we go.
Yeah. So I don't know if that's necessarily where Vintage Watch Co is, but it's certainly in the Strand Arcade. So I'll just finish off looking at those tiles so you can see the match down here.
Thank you.
Nice
I love David Bowie.
Again.
He's a great guy.
Oh, he's great. Fantastic. I saw him live 2002. He was fantastic. It was that sort of period where he went a bit. He had his band Tin Machine and stuff, and people thought he was written off and shit. And then he got it all together again and got some respect. And all of his last albums were really good. I love the guy. He was fantastic. The fact that he lived in Sydney a brief time makes him even cooler in my books anyway.
Yeah, sad he died, you know.
JD Footwear Store. Yeah, there he is. There he is. So, the red shoes in a Let's Dance.
That's your business, JD. That's the business you own. Small little retail outlet.
It's doing well. It's all cream.
Well.
It's all cream. It pays for the NATO straps. So yeah, so you're seeing here, it's the same. It's the same as the film clip. They're walking around here.
And that's 40 years ago, you know.
Yeah. 83. So yeah, so that's the pattern on the floor that you see. I guess the watchmaker was here somewhere.
That's 40 fucking years ago. That's a long time.
Huh? It's wild, wild, wild. Let's finish up on this. Apollo 16, which is kind of cool. Pasha.
Pasha in gold, looks lovely.
I got a couple of bluesies in there. There's a lot of Air Kings listed in the market at the moment. I wouldn't want to be selling an Air King right now. That's
why's that?
Oh, there's quite a few of them I've noticed that are listed with secondary businesses in Sydney. It's 126,900, 12,650. Not too bad. Love the Air King. It's still a great watch. Walk past Bell and Ross. Who's buying Bell and Ross? Jesus. Who's buying a Bell and Ross?
Well, I suppose some people want new. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's a degree of that. You may not know any different. So I thought I walked past it. Oh, there it is. Yeah, not for me, really. Not for me. Not for me. Anyway, mate, happy travels. Thanks for having me on the show.
Thank you so much, man. Thank you so
So-
much for coming. It's always, I
Yeah.
always love
Oh,
your fantastic commentary and your positiveness, man.
thank
It's
you. That's all good. No problem at all.
it's great to, I've met you a few times there. Always a great guy. Fantastic.
Well, next time you're in Sydney, we'll have you down here. We'll go out to the Yumchar again. We'll take you to Creed, get you some spray. Get you
Oh,
some,
fuck that is so
Aventus.
expensive.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? I told you there's one that's like $900, I think. $900.
The oud one you were saying.
Oud. Yeah, it's the oud. I don't know. If there's ever a waste of money, it's probably that. But every now and again, it's good to splurge, but maybe just one. Let's get one bottle
Yeah.
of something. Get one bottle of Aventus and call it a day. Green Irish Tweed, maybe. Oh, there we go, mate. All right. Look after yourself. Happy travels. And we'll speak.
Thank you so much, man. It's great having you on, man. Thank you. I
Australia.
really do enjoy the Sydney. It's not too hot today, is it either?
Oh, it doesn't look it, but it's humid. But it's not like a heat wave. I think it's about 32. I think.
Fuck.
It's just,
Okay.
yeah, it's a humidity. It feels like it's 80%, 90% humidity. So it's a bit nasty. I can finish off down here or finish off the John Mayer down here. I saw it before.
Thank you.
It's funny how at Seiko, or even like they've got the doorman and stuff. It's like you got to make an appointment to get a Seiko 5. It's really, really bizarre. Really bizarre. So here's the John Mayer down here. Just saying to my watch friends, like in these sort of like shopping centres, like you go out for a Happy Meal and get a John Mayer on the way home. How does that work? But anyway, there you go.
Yes.
Could do a lot worse than that. It's beautiful.
No worries.
Scott, a lot of Sky Jewels on the market at the moment. There's 3 of them. All right, mate. Take care. Speak soon. Look after yourself. Thanks for having me on.
Thank you.
See you,
Thank
mate.
you so much. Great chatting to you.
No
Thank you.
worries. See you, mate.
Thank you, JD. JD, what a fantastic guy. Fantastic commentary. Guys, this is the show for today. I want to thank all our super chatters. We had Golden Baba, John C, The Franchise Club, John C, Camran, John C, One Up Trading, John C, Forbin Colossus, Chief Tit, One Up Trading, Mike Famous Grandma, John C, Golden Baba, Cam Ran, One Up Trading, The Franchise Club, John C, Madman, Golden Baba, John C, Angelic Slayer, JT, M16, Hoss 88, Black Cat 997, Chief Tit. Guys, that's the show for today. We'll be back tomorrow. Stay tuned and have a good. Hi guys, it's ArchieLuxury. Guys, I want to talk to you about David SW. David SW. Guys, if you are in America, if you are looking for a Rolex watch of your dreams, in fact, if you're looking for a contemporary modern wristwatch, I strongly advise you to look at David SW. Guys, don't play the dealer games. Don't bring in chocolates or Krispy Kremes for your dealer hoping to get a Rolex at retail. It's futile. Please, guys, save your dignity. Keep some pride. Go to David SW. I would highly recommend David SW. If you're in America and you're looking for a watch go to David SW, David SW, David SW.